but the car pulled through, man, and we were all very happy with Elon's quality of production that day. And after that, I had to, they left me off at a certain spot, but we couldn't get to the hotel with the car, so I had to walk a lot, like an hour after I got off the car. But that was about it for me, right? Like in the sense of struggles. It wasn't that bad compared to other people. But unfortunately, some people got hurt and everything. So, feel bad for them. I'm really sorry for the people that had to suffer so many losses of property. But at us, the crypto community, the show must go on. So Token 2049 went pretty well. The 2 days of the event were packed. By the second day of the event, we didn't have any issues getting transportation there. Ubers were picking up in like 5 minutes, so everything was pretty much back to normal by Friday, which is impressive, right? Because here in Latin America, when we have like a weather catastrophe, it's like 6 months to go back to normal, right? And those guys in Dubai just like went in with a whole bunch of pumps, got all the water outside, and were able to get back rolling in just a few days. So impressive work by the Emirates.
I'm happy you didn't have like any major issues being there. And yes, there were people struggling way more. So happy you're well and you did well. So you did get to do your plans over there.
Yeah. I mean, we had one presentation at an event that was coordinated by James Bowater. He's one of our Dega advisors. He's been with us since day one, right after Ken Allen. It was a great presentation. I got to meet there the president of the Dubai. I can't remember the exact name, but it's kind of like one of the first Dubai free zones and the most successful one so far. So had the opportunity to meet him, and also several of the other companies like Ken Allen from Mel was there, and a few other friends like Christoph from Active Finance and other people that I know from the space. So it was a good experience. That was on Monday. That was the day that we had all that crisis when I was going back from that event. And then the rest of the days were like just going to some side events, starting to connect and network with other people. And then the 2 main days of the Token 2049 event were the best. That was when everybody was coming together in the Jumeirah Madinat or Madnet or something like that is pronounced, but it's basically a hotel complex of like 5 hotels near the Burj Al Arab, and then that's where everybody was getting together, right? And as you said, we have a new team member here, Amro. He's going to be doing an intro shortly, and he was also kind enough to already make introductions to some of his closest friends from the space, really cool people that, as time goes by, you'll see us announce, and well, heck, we'll even have a few spaces with some of them. So a lot of real connections. I'm looking at the spreadsheet I have right now. Just from this last week from Dubai, I have 63 contacts that I have to follow up with, right? So that's a lot. That's investors, gaming companies, exchanges, right? Launchpads, a whole bunch of stuff. So just got to follow up with everybody. And I do have to say that, having that in-person touch does go a long way. It's like people are way more receptive to follow-on conversations, more so than just being a floating head on a screen, right? So it was very valuable experience, I think.
Oh my God, 60 is a lot to follow on, but I guess they're all interesting and valuable. But I have one question regarding the event: is what was the thing you liked the most? What was the thing that just blew your mind? Being Dega or being personal, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I would have to say that it's impressive how this industry, everybody is doing something that's on the bleeding edge of creativity, right? In the sense that it's not necessarily bleeding edge technologically, right? Obviously some people reuse existing technology, though we do have a lot of innovation in the space, but the fact that nobody's trying to just do like a normal stuff, right? Nobody's trying to just, make a shoe or something like that. Everybody's making some wild stuff. Like the most boring things that we have in this space is like somebody like setting up a new exchange, right? Which we still need, right? They are valuable. They are part of the economics of the industry, but that's kind of like the baseline, right? That's the most common thing that you could do. And then on top of that, everybody's just trying to make a whole bunch of new wild ideas, be it with devices, new types of apps, experimenting on new economic, social dynamics, and governance. And as we all know, right, like most startups fail, right? And that's because we're taking a risk, right? If you don't want to take a risk, then just go work for a big bank, right? And you'll be able to chill. But if you want to actually create something that's daring, right, and that's innovative, then you're gonna have to take some risk, right? So everybody is like super pro risk in the space, obviously, and that's kind of like the thing that is always a little bit, let's say, that causes a shocking impression, right? Everybody's out there trying to raise $10 million, like at the bottom, right? That's the least amount that people are out there trying to raise. Everybody's trying to, set up new GPU data centers, trying to make a deal with the new esports island in Abu Dhabi. It's like nobody's ambition is small. Everybody's super hungry, super ambitious, and that's something that's always surprising to me, even though I've been in the space for some time now.
Love it. So that's the engine. That's the engine that is going to be moving our industry forward for the next 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know anymore, but things change. Carlos, so what can we expect coming to Dega from that token event, for the Token 29 event?
Yeah, a whole bunch of new relationships, right? So I gotta follow up with all these, great professionals that we've met. We've met everything from people that will be helping us on the marketing side of things, people that will be helping us with exchange listings, people that will be helping us with KOL introductions, people that will be making games with us. It's everything, right? Literally all of the dimensions of the company of Dega. I should actually say the ecosystem, because it's not just us, the team, the core team, but the ecosystem at large. All of the dimensions are going to have, I would say, a substantial input from the relationships that we've established.
Amazing, amazing, and exciting. And we were here working and doing our homework every day, working with the community, working to grow the project. So I guess you were covered. We knew you were like there, like spearheading the attack in the world, in the rest of the world, getting the Dega voice out. But we're here, and everyone here, remember. So we work with you for you, and you are the community. And this project doesn't move forward if we don't have your help, if you don't get engaged. So right now, I'm gonna ask for a favor, and you all know this sound. I'm trying to figure it out where I left it, but I cannot find. Oh yeah, no, it's this one. Share this shit and bring everyone in here. We want the people to find out what's going on with Dega, what went on, and what future we're building. Everyone you tell about what Dega's doing, they fall in love. It's really easy. Just tell them what we're doing and the people behind it and the vision of the project. It's nothing complicated. So let's bring the people to this space. Let's bring people to the state of Dega right now. I want to see bigger numbers in our audience. I want to see bigger numbers in our YouTube. So I'm going to share the YouTube link. But right now, I'm going to jump to the next section. Carlos, you want to introduce this new team member, and don't speak until I play the song I got for you, because I have a song for you, Amro. So introduce him, and then I'll play the song.
Yeah, well, more so than, at the professional level, I'll let Amro do that part himself. But, the reason that Amro is here, we got introduced by one of our other advisors, David Lamb, who has been supporting Dega with a very powerful network of professionals and introductions that he's made for us in the space. And included Injective, for example. We're connected to them through David. So, David made an intro for Amro and myself like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. We had a few conversations and everything, but back then we were still a little bit too early for, let's say, the key value or strategic proposition that Amro brings to the table. Now that we're heading towards token generation event, now that we're heading towards the first gameplay release, now that we're heading towards major airdrops, both for our internal community, of course, and also for some of the gaming communities that we want to invite to our space. All of this can be summarized in one word, which is growth, right? So we've brought Amro on board as VP of Growth to help us make this vision of Dega a reality. And, I'll let him introduce himself on the professional side of things.
And maybe he can explain why this song represents him also. So I'll play the Amro song. Yo,
Okay.
hear it out. This is the Amro intro song from the Dega official album. So here you go.
Wear it out like a badge, huh? Talking bold, living large, that's no drag. Yeah,
Crank up that volume.
Streets to the whispers uptown. He's the king with the crown. Watch him shut it down. I already predicted this.
That's a nice beat. Do you have a song? I haven't heard mine though.
I'm afraid of playing that one. I'll play it on the next state of Dega. Nah. You'll get a song, but it's the Metacan song. Okay, Amro, your stage, bro. Welcome.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me. GM. That song's incredible. Also, your song's not as good because you probably didn't invest as much time as I did bombing Freak with examples and yeah, just to give you background on that song. So I always like to I've been somebody who's been in the entrepreneurial space, starting in TradFi and M&A and kind of doing the whole corporate thing early, but been entrepreneurial and always been like the youngest person in the room. Everybody's always telling me what's best for me or what's worse for me or what's good and what's bad, and over time you start to realize that it doesn't really matter what people think of you. It matters what how you're perceived, how you carry yourself, which that's why I love those lyrics of the song. If you have a name, you must protect it. If you have a voice, you should project it, right? And if you have a wrong, you should correct it. And so last year, I had somebody basically brute force hack into my Apple ID, steal it. I think it's the first case of actual digital identity theft at Apple. And I ended up, he tried to, extort me with my pictures of my daughter, who's like 4 months old at the time. It's a whole thing. I told him I made a mistake. I caught him about 4 months later with the FBI. That was not an intentional outcome. I mean, it was. I kept him talking, but it was. It's an interesting thing, and since then, it's just even reaffirmed the fact that you just have to, be yourself, and good things happen, and that's why I'm here, because I like to be around good people who are trying to, not only better themselves but bring the people around them better, and so that's how I got in this space. I come from a kingdom from Jordan. I was born there, and so when I saw Bitcoin in 2023, I had just moved out to San Francisco, started a company in applied AI, doing computer vision, which is very similar to how nascent and AI was not cool, everybody. It was not a cool place to be until about 2-3 years ago. I can't tell you how many times I've been quoted the Terminator, and so bearing pioneering costs, frontier costs, whatever you want to call them, for about 12 years. During that, my passion was learning about, reading white papers, learning about smart contracts, what they could do, how much of an impact they could have on underbanked, underserved, marginalized communities, people who've kind of been told they can't, and or it's impossible. And that's what everything is everything's impossible until you make it real. And so that's something that that's something I live my life by. And then the two things I really value most in this world are people who practice high impact, low ego, and they facilitate the talent. So that means you understand that you might be good at a lot of things, but you're not the best ever at anything. And if you are, then you're in the wrong room, and you should be around people who always make you better and want to be better. And so that's why I'm really proud to be a part of this team, proud to be a part of this community, and I'm excited for the future. And the future is going to be super exciting. I do want to see if anybody has any questions or if I can elaborate on anything.
I have
before
one.
going in.
I have
Yeah, man.
one. What does VP of Growth mean? What are you doing here? What's your job?
So my job is to basically. So this is what I think I told Carlos and the Rabbit King here. I'm fluent in Chad, so I can talk to VCs. I'm fluent in tech, so I can talk to developers, and I'm fluent in degen. Like I said, I've been in the space a long time. I ran a fund from 2018 to 2022, so I've been wrecked by this market many times, and this market's been very, very kind to me. Everything from before DeFi existed into DeFi into NFTs, and that's actually how I stumbled into like 100,000 followers just by helping people not get wrecked by them and doing the live news for Watcher Guru. I don't know if anyone remembers those, but that was before spaces were even cool. We had about 250,000 people per space, unique listeners live, and then Luna hit and it went to like 1 million. So I've had the fortunate pleasure of interacting with a lot of people in the space and building a huge network. And so there's a big network, and really what you have to realize is that there's people who are bad actors unintentionally or intentionally. And it's really important to have vetted, verified, and validated, people around you. And once you do that, you can kind of create programmatic ways or automated ways to save time, save money, and kind of engineer a result. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in a way that you stack the probabilities in your favor as much as you can in every single step of the way, so that by the time you're working back from a date, by the time you reach that date, ideally you're under budget, you're over prepared, and you're delivering in a meaningful way. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to kind of operationalize the freaking amazing work that this team does on a daily basis. I mean, the content that's being churned out, the abilities technically, which is not even one of the mainstays, which is the meta change, which really excites me. And then knowing what people want in this space. So whether they're the founder of an L1, or they run an ecosystem fund, or they're a VC, or they're a community member, you got to align incentives. And so really working with people you trust, putting pen to paper and operationalizing things is what I do. And so I might be known for creating organic urgency, or being a polite asshole. Sorry for my language. But the goal is to bring value to everyone, and do it in a way that's not going to take as long as it normally should. That's what I'm doing here.
Okay, let's make some noise together, bro, and welcome to the team. We're really happy to have you. The community has been also asking for you and for the growth initiatives, and then when they saw you, yesterday they were asking for a retweet, for example, for this Dega State space event, and so they've been on top of this, and they knew you were coming. So you're finally here, my friend. So welcome. And I don't know if you Rabbit, Carlos, Ziki, anyone
I got a lot to say about this guy.
Go ahead, bro.
No, you all wonder why. You all know, or if there's anyone new in the audience, I love spending time with the community. I'm there. I just had I came on late Saturday and had a fun space with a couple of you guys. But if you wonder why I've kind of like been absent from the community a little bit, I pop in and I apologize that I'm not there, because the mind meld I've been having with Amro has been very consuming. So it's like we are laying out some pretty interesting technological and organic processes that are, and if you see our number go up and our followers and everything like that, and all the engagement going up and everything like that, that's why I've been absent, because that's what we're trying to do. And that's all I can say is you ain't seen fucking nothing yet. I mean, this is just us scratching the surface on what we're going to be doing. And y'all know I can be a little bit of a little excitable when I get on this stuff, especially when Freak's nearby. But this is like, this is the real deal. It's like the technological stuff alone just has me drooling. And as an operator, just seeing this stuff come to life has been really, really exciting. I've said in private to you, Amro, that I love working with you, brother. And the impact that we've had so far has been incredible. And as I told Amro, just a couple of days ago, I'm like, yeah, we just started the car. We put the car together. It's in the garage, and now we're taking it for a spin around the block. And just starting the car has caused incredible growth for us. So when this car starts driving around the block, I can't even imagine where this is going to go. So get excited, stay engaged, and watch this, because this is going to be fucking amazing.
Awesome. So Amro, happy you're here. We're gonna move on with the space because we got some dramatic things happening right now. And Carlos, you have a surprise for us, I think. There is something we've been cooking that you want to show us, and what is that?
There's a few things. I want to. Well, there's one surprise I want to share. I was thinking about doing a second one, but not sure if it's too much for one show.
No. Do it. We love those surprises. Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, it's like I've been trying to come out and like drop my hints and everything like that. But I mean, I have been working on putting this plan together for 2 days now. It's huge what we got in store here. So when Carlos says it's not enough time for one show, yeah, it's not enough time for one show. So hopefully the one that you choose, Sir Metacon, will be. Let's
do one. Let's do one, let's say product focused one, and then another one more degen focused. Well, actually, they're both degen stuff. So let's see. But I want to see what the audience say, right? Like we have 19 people. I want to see them, chat. Like, let us know. Do you guys want one spoiler or 2 spoilers, right? If I only get I see Juju posting nonstop, but I want to see if the rest are here or if they're just listening to us in the background. Let's see. Okay. I'm seeing the love. Beautiful. Okay. Well, it'll be 2 spoilers then. Okay. Give me a sec because I gotta share screen here. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right one. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so this one's actually you're about to see here. Can you see my screen? You see my
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit of context just before we roll, right? So this is one of the gameplays that we've been developing, right? Actually, this version that you're seeing here is outdated. The team's already working on the new graphics for it because this one's like it's not bad, but it's like pretty low res. So we're still doing pixel art, but a little bit higher resolution, right? And for context, what you're going to be seeing here right now is a whole bunch of AI controlled NPCs, and we're talking about the latest AI, right? Which is LLM, large language models. So these guys, what I did here is create a whole bunch of little guys that live in that world that you're seeing, and basically simulate social interactions between them. And they actually have memory, so they learn from each other, right? So first off, I'm going to show you the demo, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more of it, just because it's easier to do so after you've seen it, right? And again, by the way, this is something I hacked together like in 2 weeks. So then the end one, the one that we will end up releasing, will be orders of magnitude better, right? So check this out. So these little guys, I programmed them to discuss about, one of our partners, which is Venus Protocol, right? So I sent them into the world, and their mission is to try to get as much XVS as they can, right? So the key thing that differentiates this from just a conventional game is that they actually have API access to the real blockchain world, right? So I'm gonna pause here. That part that you're seeing me highlight is them mentioning the price of the Venus token protocol, right? Which is at that time was $10.27. And that's live data, right? It got that straight up from the markets. It's not that I hard coded it or anything. So in here, you can program your character to be interested in whatever you want. You wanted to, collect gaming coins. You wanted to collect meme coins. You want to get stable coin yields. Essentially, whatever you want, right? So the objective. This is kind of like The Sims, but in The Sims they do like lame things like washing the dishes, right, and going to work and some boring stuff. No, here they're going to be doing what we do, which is degenning, right? So these guys, and this is just a short clip. Like I ran many more simulations, and it's interesting to see that some AIs would be more influential than others. Like some of them did their pitch of what they were doing better, so they would actually influence the other AIs to kind of like be interested in what they were interested, or to switch strategies, right? So what's kind of like the purpose of this? So this gameplay, once it's fully released, it'll have a real wallet, a Web3 wallet, right? And you'll be able to top up that wallet, right? It'll be self-hosted. We won't be managing your money, right? You will manage it. So you can program your AI to go after X amount of strategies. You can have it learn or not from other AIs. And essentially, it'll be a competition to see who can capture the best alpha, right, across the board. And we're going to start integrating more serious modules to it, so that you can actually do everything from the airdrop bots, the sniping bots, and all these other types of systems that have become very popular. You'll be able to use directly here. But instead of you having to go and get a tutorial, you'll just chat with your AI, and it'll know how to access those APIs and be able to execute on them. And it serves the objective of making it easier, making it more mass adoption friendly. It's a game, right? So do not put your life savings in there, but it's something that you can mimic with your real portfolio if you wanted to. And well, eventually, I guess you could use your entire capital there once we've refined the system well enough. But at the start, it's just a game. It's for educational purposes. It's for playing and competitive purposes to see if your AI can perform better than anybody else's, right? And essentially, it'll give us an opportunity to partner up with great companies such as Venus Protocols and other DeFi projects, right? So this is kind of like making DeFi completely accessible to everybody, and in an educational format, and also gamifying it, right? That's kind of like the reason for this.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I want to see your reactions. What do you think about this? So it's called the Degens, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the brand for the game, because there's a token that became very popular right now in base, which is called Degens. They exploded in virality, so I don't want to compete with them for that brand. But in any case, it'll be a fun name. It'll be something related to the characters and what they're doing, right? Which is degening in the crypto world.
Can we call it the Degens? The Degens.
We'll think about it. Maybe that might be it. So let's say somebody asking a question. Juju is asking if it could be cross-chain. Yeah, it definitely is cross-chain, right? It's a client, so unlike a system that's embedded with a given wallet, the client can connect to anything, right? For a gaming client, all the blockchains are just another API. There's really no difference from that. So yeah, it'll be cross-chain, and obviously all the protocols that we've already supported, plus new ones that are upcoming.
Nice. Any guys, you want to comment? Rabbit, how's it been working behind the scenes for this? Is this the big news you were expecting, or we expecting something else? Because this is big for me, at least. This is really exciting. So,
Well, with me, it's always let's bring it home to the bigger picture of Dega. So when I see Carlos doing all of this, we are doing this in partnership with someone else. And when you look at what Carlos is doing and the dev team is doing with this, it's not just that we're building a game for someone else. We are also building the tools so that you all can build games like this for yourself. So when you think of the core value proposition of what Dega is trying to bring to the table, it's making it extremely simple to build, publish, and monetize games. So Carlos took it upon himself and the dev team to say, well, to get this workflow right, we have to build one ourselves. Let's see what it's like. So that's kind of my thought when I see this game, because we are not a game development studio. We're using the game development process in building games with other people in partnership to make sure that our tools are the most easy tools for you, and that we're including all of these features like cross-chain and abstraction of wallets and all the things that we've talked about in the past to make your experience when you actually step into the Dega Realms builder and publisher experience, that everything is there for you already. That's my thought.
Yep. Well, we had a few cool questions here. Just gonna mention them for the people that are on the stream. The people on the stream can't see the chat, right, Freak?
yes, in YouTube, people can see the chat, and in Discord, of course, they can see the chat.
Okay.
I always stream. I stream two chats into YouTube. I stream the event chat, and I also stream the general chat from our Discord. So to encourage everyone to come here and start, exchanging ideas, asking questions, or just telling us how excited you are.
Yeah. Actually, this one is one that I hacked together. I think it was in November or in December, very quickly. It'd be ready to launch right now if all this CEO stuff that needs to get done wouldn't get in my way. But somebody's got to do it. But in any case, we'll make sure to get this done, finish it up, and release it so that anybody can start creating that type of gameplay, right? Yo, we're already leaking this. Come on, this was for you guys. Like not even 5 minutes, bro. It's already leaked. In any case, yeah. So that was one of the spoilers. The other one.
So excited, Coin. You were so excited. You spelled Dega with a giga.
Yeah, you wrote it. You wrote it really fast.
It's like slow
Come
down.
Come on, Coinfera. Yeah, that was one of the things, and then the other one. Do not leak this one, please. Or you can leak it to your friends, but not like on Twitter. Is that I'm happy to announce that we already have the first partner airdrops confirmed for the Dega community. These airdrops will be distributed, part of them, to the people that are in our ISPO, in our stake pools. The other ones will be distributed to people holding the Dega elements. And the other part will be to people who will be staking Dega once we do our token generation event and release. So besides all the benefits that the Dega token itself has, our partners are already set to go for that, for airdropping you guys even more. So one of them is a game. It's from one of our partners that we briefly announced. I think it was like 2 months ago. They're called Degen Titans. With them, we'll be doing a deployment on Bitcoin ordinals, right? They're going to be our first partner in that ecosystem. And once we do that, then from their token supply, they will be doing an airdrop for, again, our stakers, our holders, and the Dega Elements as well members. Then the other one, which is one that I'm really excited about, is from our main esports partner. So with them, I can't tell you what we're doing with them on Web3 because it's just like a whole another program and it's very big. And I don't want to get off base here. But we're going to be doing a lot of integrations of Web3 and esports combined, right? So they're going to be our strategic, and actually strategic and tactical partner for esports. And they will also be doing a Dega token airdrop for the holders. And okay, so that's those are the two spoilers there: the partner airdrops and the gameplay demo of we call it social simulation. It's actually more powerful than that. It's actually a social automation gameplay, first of its kind ever, because it's not simulating, right? It's doing real stuff, like with your wallet. So it'll be acting on the real blockchains. But for simplicity, we're going to keep using social simulation for now, just to make sure that people can understand that. So yeah, those are kind of like the two things that I wanted to bring up.
Dude, we need to give people like breathing space after all of this. So, and I see is like, yeah, this is too much. Who are they? Says Cornsuli. So, I want to say hello to everyone. I see some usual names and some new names in this space, but welcome you all to State of Dega event. Remember, share and let's bring everyone here. We're 21, 16 started. We're growing our audience. YouTube, I've been talking to the people in YouTube also. They also like went number 2 and all of that. Carlos, just so you know. So we're activating people all over. And bring your friends. You don't want them to miss this. This is the place to get those alphas. And if we can stop Coinfera to leak more of this stuff, it will stay between us, because you're here, so you're here at first. Carlos, what is next on your agenda? Because now I'm lost.
I think one of you guys was gonna touch base on the partnerships, but Richie couldn't make the call. Is somebody else gonna do that? Rabbit?
Maybe El Conejo.
Or we skip that one.
And I can my video is dropping in and out, but I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we have some really good existing partnerships and some that aren't public yet. So we'll be putting those into a position where everybody's going to find out. It's going to be awesome. But we're looking at building relationships with a lot of big L1s, tier 1, blue chip, whatever terminology you want to use, L1s, L2s, and some really complementary protocols and projects, so that Dega is kind of understood and leveraged to its fullest extent in the across Web3. And outside of that, I don't want to share too much more, but there's going to be there's something so cool that I FOMO'd into it, and maybe Carlos, that might be an interesting segue into some. Maybe you can share some alpha on that. I don't know. I lost connection for a second, so I'm not sure if you did. But yeah.
Don't you guys dare slip on that one, right? Don't you guys dare slip on the digital stuff. That's gonna be reserved for later.
Yeah, so there's gonna be something that's digital, which is only seems only right for Dega, which it's bringing a lot of things to life. But we do have some other amazing people coming in who are Web3 native, but they're operators. So one comes from gaming, and we're looking to bring Web2 gaming into this space, and I think Dega is the perfect conduit for that. And so be on the lookout for something like that. We're gonna try to get that done in short order. But I'd love to under promise, over deliver, just kind of giving you guys a high level of who we're talking to, why, and how it fits into the bigger picture of things.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that support there, Amro. Yeah, there's also a lot of campaigns going on, right? There's always a lot of quests right now that we've been activating. So everybody, make sure to take advantage of those and go get your pretty exclusive NFTs. Those are only available via those campaigns, and they're essentially kind of like the easiest way to get your hands on more Dega, which you will be needing for all of the things that we just mentioned, right? In this, not in the sense that we will be making complex barriers for people to access our products through Dega, but it's how you'll get the best services, right? And obviously, everything on the economic side of the in-game economy will be tied into the Dega token, right? So do make sure to get that and get as many of your friends as well working on those quests. The other point is the airdrop campaigns, right? So, well, I already mentioned the ones just from our partners, but we'll be doing a few extra airdrops. Obviously, the community always gets airdrops, our existing community. But as we've been saying for some time now, everybody here knows that we're gonna go into injective, then we're gonna go into say, then we're also going doing this partnership of the gameplay that I just showcased with Venus Protocol. So we'll be doing airdrops to kind of like invite them to join the party, right? It's not a party if it's just like two guys here, right? So we gotta make sure that we make this into the best Web3 place for gaming. And on top of that, there's also one that we're preparing for the Ethereum side of things as well, particularly around the ecosystems that are the gaming tokens over there. Right? We haven't announced any of the details, so if you go and look around, you won't find anything right now, so don't get frustrated. But we will be announcing that very shortly. That's something that, again, will be working very closely with Amro, the Rabbit King, and some of the new people that are coming on board to make sure that it's a successful launch, right? That'll be a very big campaign with several KOLs involved, key gaming partners involved as well, and the infrastructure partners as well. So keep an eye out for that. And I think that do we want to do the Q&A right now, or do you guys, because we're running out of time, so I guess we could do like 5 minutes Q&A.
Yeah, I would jump into questions.
Okay.
Can I add something real quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to mention the referral program. That's a big deal on how to spread the word of Dega and be rewarded handily for that. Is get involved, get your referral link off the Dega Realms site, and get plugged in, folks. That's it.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, there was that last point in the agenda. I think it needs an update. Point number 10, because that's something that actually I believe Amro wanted to address today.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's do the Amro talk here in the number 10.
Yeah. So I have some very good news. TGE will be pushed back, and you can be upset if you want, but you really shouldn't. The reason it's being pushed back is because it benefits everybody. So at the current plan, it was going to be in the middle of consensus, and a lot of people, you would think it's a good idea. A lot of projects do it. So I was there in for the last few years, and in 2022, it was I think Celsius melted down during it, and so Bitcoin I think dropped out 10,000, and we were cruising in like the 30s, 40s, 50s at that time. And no one was looking at their phone. No one was looking at the computer. No one even did that throughout the entire weekend. And so, this is, in my opinion, I think it is actually by attendance the biggest conference in our space. So I think it'd be best to have our name reverberate, have people meet us in person, really build on what we're doing digitally and digitally and whatever medium you wanna call it, but interacting with people, creating kind of force multiplication here now. and then we'll be targeting for the end of Q2, so end of June, to kind of really be able to maximize and have a meaningful TGE, not just launch a token, not just sell out to a whole bunch of launch pads, not just, we're going to do something that's actually going to reward the early backers and really bring in some new blood. So I hope that everyone here can be super welcoming for new people in the Discord, and really go out there and help us get those conversions, because the three things that we need to make this a success are awareness. We need people to know in one sentence, what is Dega and why is it better than everything? And then we need your guys' help to bring the call to action, bring them into Discord, show them how to set up, the maximum impact setup to be able to start seeing some rewards. Because I've been doing a lot of discovery, talking to a lot of people. VCs are trying to catch up for their losses from 22, so they're buzzword investing anything that's got low TG. I mean, I got asked if we had 3-month vesting. I was like, you're out of your mind. I don't think anyone has that. Although, it is crypto. There are ways to do it. There'll be fun ways to be able to do some things like that, but no. That's but no, so that's where kind of the market is. It's kind of in this weird place where people trying to, I'm sure you guys see all the altcoins and meme coins. That's largely in part to the fact that, we pumped almost 20% a day for a month, and now people have earnings and they're panicking and putting them things, the exception to the rule. They don't prove the rule, right? And what that means is, if you come into crypto, everybody thinks I'm in 100x, 1000x. No, the one person that does that is proves the rule that no one else does. And so we want to build something sustainable. We want to build up towards it, and we want to do it that's not just on inorganic hype, point systems, incentive programs, and nonsense. We need the community, and I know a lot of people aren't here, or they'll listen to the recording or whatever it is, but we need you guys. That a lot of big projects make the mistake of not understanding that the community is the lifeblood of any startup, period. I mean, if you can galvanize people, evangelize people, and they can explain things better than we can, that's how this basically it moons out. And so it helps us get partnerships, it helps us get traction, it helps us have operating leverage and negotiating leverage. So I guess the call to action is use this time and help us, give us feedback, and talk to other people. Get out of Discord, get on Telegram, get on Twitter, talk in person, and let's get as much momentum behind this as possible, and have some really amazing milestones in between.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of milestones in between. I think it was 12 or 14 releases.
I do want to say that, talking about consensus there, Carlos and I have a surprise for y'all for consensus. You got to wait until then, though, to see what that is. But
we'll live stream.
That's going to be, we're going to do something for consensus, and I think y'all are going to like it.
Never been done before, like almost everything we're doing.
That's it? That's all you're saying? It's like I'm quiet because I want.
That's all I'm saying right now.
I already dropped so many spoilers, guys, and it's like it was a lot for one call, but it's good. Yeah, and we got a lot more stuff coming over, a lot of more stuff, right? Like the next 8 weeks are gonna be nonstop announcements every week.
Oh my god, I can not wait for the next State of Dega event, the May event. But pretty clear, Amro. I think is we gotta go out stronger, and we need the community. And this project is built all around the community, with the community, for the community. So we totally understand, and we actually encourage it. We want to go out strong as fucking hell and take the world by storm. So
Yeah, it's gonna be great. The ISPO, I think they have their dates already. Most of, if I recall correctly, they go cross over the TGE. So and we're going to be doing an upgrade from ISPO, because ISPO is kind of like a very, let's say, unilateral thing in the sense of being an initial stake pool offering, right, which is for Dega, but we want actually Dega stake pools to be for our ecosystem partners as well, right? So we'll keep you guys updated, but we're gonna roll that into a new continuous program that would allow you to get access not only to the Dega tokens, but also to the tokens of the partners that I just announced that will be airdropping. So all of that's gonna be its own program as well.
Okay, I guess, guys, we're coming to an end. So any words you wanna tell us, Carlos, to wrap it up, and I'll do like a quick summary. But I do want to invite everyone May 7th to the Dega Live, where we discuss everything that was discussed here from the community perspective. So
That's cool. Yeah, on my side, one thing, obviously, if you've noticed the last, I think, what, 4 or 5 weeks, we kind of like slowed down the pace that we had coming because we hit this year very hard from the start. Like we were nonstop every week posting a whole bunch of new stuff. Even, the rabbit was like, slow down, dude, there's too much information. But, we kept churning on a lot of stuff. Then we took like a small pause right now because it was kind of like considered like a mini builders phase that we had to go through because I had to put the team into focus on creating certain things, certain priorities like the Cosmos integrations and other stuff. So we sacrificed a little bit of deployments because there's some tech that we have already ready to go, but I had to go to the priorities, right? So that was so in myself as well, right? There was a lot of operational stuff that I had to organize so that we don't mess up the next few months that we got coming up ahead. So yeah, we're gonna change that pace completely right now, right? I think it was yesterday that Freak, the Rabbit, Amro, and Richie created like 40 days worth of tweets or something like that. It was so all of that's already in the pipeline. So you guys are gonna get swamped with constant announcements from Dega. So yeah, we're gonna completely shift the mood, guys. So be ready for that. Be constantly monitoring the Twitter. That's where everything goes out. And again, make sure to share as much as possible. We're also doing some interesting collabs with new communities and certain groups who are going to bring a large amount of people into Dega. So as Seek said, remember that the referral program is kind of like the borderline easiest way for you guys to get more Dega because you don't even have to buy it yourself. You can just refer people. And you're going to have very intense competition in like a week or two. So make sure to get, as we say in crypto, front run the competition.
And just remember, from the very beginning, we've always said that we want you all to be able to play your way to success here in our ecosystem. And when you're in the Discord, so if you're not in our Discord out there in YouTube land, Telegram land, or wherever you're listening to this, get into our Discord as soon as possible. We have multiple programs that are running inside of our Discord right now that will set you up for success in our ecosystem. So some of these growth hacks that Amro is talking about and saying, you can help us out. Come in here. We've got engagement stuff you can do with us, and you will be rewarded for it. We have our elite squad that you can join to help us do specialized elite level activities here, and you will be rewarded for it if you become a part of that squad. And always keep an eye out for galaxy quests. Always ways that we're trying to give you all to be able to get some Dega. And all of these things are extremely important for the future. So get in here, get into Discord, chat. We have wonderful people here. It's I'm hoping that doesn't change as we grow bigger, but even the new people who've been coming in, they send me messages or they ask me, and they say, I've never seen a community like this one. And it's because we actually do give a shit about each other here. So come on in and enjoy a break from any kind of cutthroat or I don't know how else to say it, but verticalized tribalism. It's like, I don't care. We don't care where you come from. We don't care if you're Bitcoin, if you're Ethereum, if you're Cosmos, doesn't matter. There's a place for you here at Dega because we want to, as Carlos likes to say, no matter where you are, we want to meet you there. And if you're going to be developing with us in the future on Dega Realms, we want to be there for you. So that's my closing statement in all of this.
Okay.
Let's go. Time to eat.
Okay, people, thank you very much, guys. Carlos, this was amazing. Like two major alphas here, and a lot of information to digest. So you heard them. We gotta build this together. So let's bring people into Dega. Best way: Galaxy Quest, Engage Quest. Use the referral code. That's the best way to help the project, and it's an amazing way to also collect some Dega NFTs that you know what they do. So to close it up, I'm gonna leave it with the Amro song so people can hear it. But I have one question. Next state of Dega, you wanna hear Rabbit's song or you wanna hear Carlos' song? Which songs should I bring? Carlos?
Mine has to be intense.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have a chat with you. Like, I hope you're not like Amro that I asked for pointers and he gave me like 30 pages of information to create a song. So it was like, dude, how am I gonna digest this?
I hope you learned your lesson.
I did. So I know with you will be shorter, clearer, and to the spot. It's just, but we'll bring it on the next state of Dega, and for sure will be a great song. For now, I leave you with the Amro Predict This shit, and Predict This is actually, and this is the song. So thank you, everyone, guys. Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Amro's the name, wear it out like a badge, huh? Talking bold, living large, that's no drag, yeah. From the echoes of the streets to the whisper